What is up guys, thanks for tuning in krim.tech. It's your boy Eugene and today I'm going to give you my top 5 picks of smartphones under the budget range of 10,000 rupees. Okay, so sit back, relax. I've done a lot of research for this video. I hope you like it. Okay, let's check it out. So our number 5 pick is the Moto E13. Okay, now I put this at number 5 because of the processor. It contains the Unisoc T606 octa-core processor which is clocked at just 1.6 GHz. We have a good display, that's a 16.5 cm IPS LCD display with Dolby Atmos inbuilt and also an IP52 rating and Android 13 out of the box. Okay, great deal. Coming to the RAM, we have a 2GB variant and a 4GB variant. We have 64GB out of the box storage space inside, which is expandable up to 1 TB. Now coming to the colors available on this, we have Aurora Green, Cosmic Black and Creamy White. Now what we left is the camera. So the camera is 13 megapixel on the back, which is an AI, and 5 megapixel on the front. So coming to the price, the 2GB RAM variant comes in at 6,999 and the 4GB RAM variant comes in at 7,749. So the best price for the link, you should find them below. Alright, next let's move on to our number 4 pick. This is the Poco C31. Okay, a really interesting phone. We have 3 cameras on the back this time. We have 2 variants on this. One comes in at 6,999 and with that you get 3GB worth of RAM and 32GB worth of inbuilt storage space. And one other model comes in at 7,999. With that you get 4GB worth of RAM and 64GB inbuilt storage space. Now mind you, both of these can be upgraded up to 512GB of internal storage space with an SD card. Okay, now moving on this we have the MediaTek Helio G35 processor, which is an octa-core processor. You shouldn't have any issues with this processor on this particular phone. It should work smooth as ever and multitasking should not be a very big issue for you. To the cameras, we have a rear camera of 13 megapixel plus 2 AI camera on the back, and on the front we have a 5 megapixel scanner which does the job quite well. A 5000 milliamp hour battery on this thing, which should handle the hardware and take you about a day or a day and a half given the amount of time you use your phone. And we have also on this a back mounted fingerprint scanner, which is always an advantage to open the phone really quick. And the 2 color options we have on this is shadow gray and royal blue. Really interesting phone. This is our number 4 pick. Let's move on to number 3. So our number 3 pick is the Samsung Galaxy F04, and this comes in only one option. So you get 4GB RAM and 64GB worth of storage, which is expandable up to 1 terabyte. Now the next thing about this is the processor. We have a MediaTek P35 processor on this. You should face no issues with that processor based on this particular hardware. Now the next thing about it is the camera. Samsung's cameras also have been really good on the budget range phones. So the camera on this, on the rear, is the 13 megapixel plus a 2 megapixel scanner, and in front is a 5 megapixel selfie camera. Okay, and coming to the display, we have a 6.5 inch HD LCD display, that is a regular LCD display, and the battery on this is a 5000 mAh battery, and we get 2 color variants. One is jade purple and the other is opal green. Okay, and the pricing for this is, the MRP on the box says 8,499, but as of now it's on offer, so you can get it for about 7,499. You can find the link below in the description. Okay, that was our number 3 pick. Let's move on to number 2. Okay, so our number 2 pick for today is the Realme C30. Okay, now this phone is really special because firstly, it has the Unisoc T612 processor, which is quite a good processor for this particular budget. Secondly, you get this with an 8 megapixel AI camera on the rear end and a selfie camera of 5 megapixel, which both support portrait mode, which is another added advantage at this price. Okay, and coming to the display, we have a 6.5 inch HD LCD display, which is a regular display, but you shouldn't have any issues with the viewing angles and everything, as I have seen. Coming to the battery, we have a 5000 mAh battery, which again should take you about 1.5 days of usage. Because of the software and hardware being so light on it, the battery will take you a long way. Next thing is that this is available in 3 colors. Okay, we have denim black, we have bamboo green and lake blue. Really nice vibrant colors, or if you want a minimalistic one, you can take the denim black, which also looks super nice. So that we get this in two variants, a 2GB RAM variant and a 3GB RAM variant, and both of them come with 32GB worth of storage, which is extendable up to 1 TB. Now, if you buy the regular unit, which supports Jio as well as Airtel SIMs, you should get it for about 7,000 for the 3GB RAM variant and about 6,000 for the 2GB RAM variant. But if you are an Airtel SIM user, you can get up to 500 off when you buy a variant that is locked with the Airtel carrier. Okay, you should find links for that below, and those links will lead you to all the details and more things that you might need to know about this. Okay, so that was our number 2 pick. I hope you liked it. Okay, so before we move on to our number 1 pick, I have a few special recommendations that I would like to give. I did not include them in the original top 5 because they crossed the budget a little bit. So the first one I would like to talk about is the Realme C55. First thing, it comes with a MediaTek Helio G88 processor, which is a powerful processor for this particular budget. Once again, like all the other phones, you will face no issues using this processor. Next thing is the camera. We have a 68 megapixel plus 2 megapixel depth sensor at the back. Now the 68 megapixel is an AI camera. Now the front camera is an 8 megapixel selfie. You shouldn't face any issues with that. Once again, portrait mode available on the rear and the selfie camera. Now coming to charging. This has a 33-watt Superbook charge feature. So you can charge your phone within 40 minutes using the Type-C cable. Another big advantage. Okay. Next thing is the display. Now this is the cream of the lot, guys. Okay. Now we have a 6.72-inch display with a 90 Hz refresh rate. That means you will feel the smoothness in the screen. It has a full HD plus screen with another thing that Realme started, and they call it the dynamic capsule. Similar to Apple's dynamic island with the notch, these guys have the dynamic capsule. It looks really cool. Next thing, it comes with a regular 5000 milliamp hour battery, and it has AI color portrait mode. Now you get this phone in 4GB, 6GB and 8GB worth of RAM, and the internal storage you get two options, that is 64 and 128. Now my recommendation personally is the base variant. That's if your budget is 10,000. I'm asking you to extend it just by 1,000 and it comes to 10,999. You will get the 4GB variant with 64GB worth of space, and that is sufficient, guys. You can extend the 64 up to 1 TB and bump up the space, so you shouldn't have storage issues with that. Otherwise, with 4GB worth of RAM, this phone will serve you for a long time and also will stand out in a crowd. I have another recommendation, that is the Moto G52. This is another great phone for the price that it comes at. Firstly, you get them in two variants. One is the 4GB variant and one is the 6GB RAM variant. And the 4GB comes in with 64GB of storage space, and the other one comes in at 128GB of storage space. Okay, these are the regular things about this phone, but the great things are that it comes with a power pack processor, which is the Qualcomm Snapdragon 680. That is a mid-range processor, but it comes in at a very budget price for this particular phone. The next thing is the display. This has a really nice display. This has the 6.6-inch Full HD Plus OLED display. For this price, I think these displays are almost impossible to place on a phone, but Moto did it. I'm not sure how, but they did it. Okay, now coming to the cameras, on the back we have a 50 megapixel plus 8 megapixel plus 2 megapixel scanner, and on the front we have a 16 megapixel selfie camera. The battery, we have a 5000 milliamp hour battery and standard 18-watt charging, and the price coming to this, it comes in at 10,999 for the 4GB variant and 12,999 for the 6GB variant. I would personally recommend, if your budget is tight, the 10,999, which comes in with 4GB worth of RAM and 64GB worth of ROM. That should be sufficient enough for you guys. Trust me. With Android 13 out now, you can bump up the RAM using your own storage. This phone is a totally good phone. If you have the budget for this, I suggest you pick this one only. Okay, now moving on to our number 1 pick for today. Okay, so our number 1 pick is the Redmi 10. This is once again a really good phone, guys. and let me tell you why. This has the Qualcomm Snapdragon 680 processor, just like the previous one, but comes in at a little lower than that price. Okay, this compromises on the display, but the display is still good because the notches are minimum. It has very less notches compared to all the other phones in this list of ours. Okay, we have a regular 6.7-inch HD plus display, which is nothing too fancy in names, but when you look at it, it looks nice. The viewing angles are great and the notches are minimum, as I mentioned. Now coming to the camera, we have a 50 megapixel plus 2 megapixel rear sensor, and on the front we have a 5 megapixel selfie camera. Okay, the battery comes in with 6000 milliamp hour battery. That means with this processor and these specs, this battery can take you easily for 1.5 to 2 days of usage on a single charge. Trust me guys, with this battery backup, you won't have any issues charging your phone and running out of battery. You can charge it once a day and you're done for the day, and sometimes even once in 2 days. Moving on, this includes ultra fast storage to ensure that your file transfers take least time possible. If you're transferring one file to another on your phone itself or from your phone to your computer, this is going to work seamlessly. Okay, now the next thing is the variants. We have a 6GB variant which comes in with 128GB of storage, and a 4GB variant which comes in with 64GB worth of storage, and both of these once again can be bumped up to 1TB of storage using an SD card. Finally, the colors. We have 5 colors on this, so you have a good amount of options to choose from. We have Caribbean green, midnight black, Pacific blue, shadow black, and sunrise orange. Okay, these are the colors available, and trust me guys, I've done a lot of research to choose all the phones on this list, and this is my top recommendation. So if you have a budget and if you're watching this video and if you're thinking about it, I would suggest just go for this phone if it falls under your budget. So the 4GB variant with 64GB comes in at 9,999, and the 6GB variant with 128GB of storage comes in at 11,699. The 4GB falls under the 10,000 category, so you can take that. But if you want to bump up your performance, if you're into gaming, I would suggest 6GB RAM variant. Otherwise, the 4GB is more than enough for regular normal task or even light gaming. That's about it for today's video guys. These were our top 5 picks. We did a lot of research to bring this to you, so if you did enjoy the video and if we did help you, don't forget to sub to the channel and also like the video. Thanks for watching. Signing off for now. It's your boy Eugene. Adios until we meet again. Namaste.